Do you know how to use much and many in everyday English? Have you ever asked yourself, should I say much or many? Which word is correct? In this video, you will learn how to use much and many in everyday conversational English and a lot of or lots of, and the difference. Watch to the end where you can do a short quiz to check how much you learned. In English, we use much, many, and a lot of to talk about quantity, how much or many there is of something. But there are important rules you need to know. For example, we use much with uncountable nouns. So stay with me. Uncountable, it's really important to understand this. Uncountable nouns are nouns like water, time, money. They stay the same. We don't change these into waters, times, monies. There's no S, there's no plural version. We use many with countable nouns like bottle, day, month, year, book. And we can form the plural by adding an S. So bottles, days, months, years, books. If you're a German speaker, then this will really help you to understand much and many. When we say much in English, this is the same as the German word viel. Don't forget, we use much, viel, with uncountable nouns. When we use the word many in English, it's the same as the German word viele, and we use many, viele, with countable nouns. There are some exceptions when when a noun is uncountable in English, but countable in German. For example, the word information in English is uncountable, but in German it's countable. So you have to be careful with some nouns, but most nouns that are countable in English are also countable in German. There's also the word or the noun hair, the hair that we have on our head. In English this is uncountable, in German it's countable. We don't say my hairs are long, we say my hair is long, although my hair is not so long. We use a lot of or lots of with both uncountable nouns and with countable nouns. Maybe you're asking yourself, what's the difference between a lot of and lots of? Well, they're both used in informal English, but lots of is more informal. So a lot of or lots of is really useful because if you're not sure if the noun is uncountable or countable, for example with information or hair on the head, if you've got a noun like pounds or euros, and again you're not sure, do I use much or many, is it countable, uncountable, you can use a lot of or lots of in everyday conversational English. But there's one exception. Be careful, you cannot use a lot of or lots of with how questions. We'll talk more about this later. We use much with uncountable nouns with questions. Do you have much tea left? With negative sentences, I don't have much tea left. But with positive sentences in everyday conversational English, we don't use much. We have to use a lot of or lots of. I have a lot of tea left. We can use much in positive sentences in formal situations. For example, much was said about the new policy. This is a formal sentence, maybe used in a news report or something. So don't use much in positive sentences in everyday conversational English. Use many with countable nouns in questions. Do they have many bottles of beer? They don't have many bottles of beer in negative sentences. And in positive sentences, they have many bottles of beer. In positive sentences, with countable nouns, we can use many. We also often use a lot of, lots of in positive sentences in everyday conversational English. We use a lot of or lots of with uncountable nouns, with questions, negative sentences and positive sentences. And we also use a lot of or lots of with countable nouns, with questions, negative sentences and positive sentences. But we don't use a lot of or lots of with how questions. For example, how much tea do you have? How many bottles of beer do you have? So if you have a how question, you need to know the correct usage of much or many. Well done, you got this far. But keep watching because now the fun really starts. I've got 10 questions for you where you need to answer with much, many, or a lot of, or lots of. Can you answer these 10 questions? I'll give you a quick recap before we start, and if you need to, pause the video to give you more time to answer the questions. Remember, we use many with countable nouns. We use much with uncountable nouns. We don't use much in positive sentences in everyday English. We only use much in formal English, in positive sentences. So if the sentence is positive, use a lot of or lots of. And we don't use a lot of or lots of with how questions. So, are you ready? Let's go with question number 1. Okay, what do you think? Yeah, many. How many people were at the meeting today? People's countable is a question. Many. How many people? Can we say a lot of? No, it's a how question. We cannot say how a lot of people. No, it doesn't work. How many people were at the meeting today? Question number 2. How did you do? There weren't many people at the meeting today. Again, it's people's countable noun. It's a negative. We need many. We can also say a lot of or lots of. Question number 3. There were many people at the meeting today. Of course, you can also say there were a lot of people or there were lots of people at the meeting today. Question number 4. Do you have much time to study today or a lot of? Question number 5. I don't have much time to study today, or a lot, or lots of. Next question. I have a lot of time to study today. In everyday conversational English, we don't normally use much with positive sentences, so we have to use a lot of or lots of. Question number 7. I bought many books yesterday. Also very common in English, positive sentences, countable noun. I bought a lot or lots of books yesterday. Question number 8. How much time do we have before the meeting? We can't use a lot of because it's a how question. Next question. Do you know how much sugar is in this cake? much. Sugar, uncountable. How question, we can't use a lot of or lots of. Much. And the final question, question number 10. We don't have many chairs for the party. Also, lots of or a lot of. So how did you do? Did you get all 10 questions right? If you need to, repeat the video, repeat the question, the quiz time, do it again. Have a go at speaking the sentences out loud. I hope you learned a lot today and now feel more confident to use much and many and a lot of, lots of in everyday conversational English. Thanks for watching. See you again really soon.